getting the fuck up out of here. We're safe.
For now.
But on to the episode anyway.
Let's do it.
So today we're going to continue with the zombie theme and continue with the gaming theme with Kaz's Kaz Talks video. It's going to be one of those days. I'm not excited.
understand that English is difficult, but come on, man. You've spoke it your entire life. Jiminy Christmas.
Start speaking Cubert.
Cubert?
Little text start popping up.
Oh, jeez. That'd be creepy.
That would be actually pretty cool.
Kind of. It'd be kind of like that Pixels movie.
Yeah.
Where he gets Cubert.
Or Wreck-It Ralph, where they're talking to Cubert in the beginning.
Yeah.
Ralph goes...
Well, it's not in the beginning, but...
Ralph goes turbo pretty quick, though, in the movie, so...
Well, kind of.
And Fix-It Felix can speak Cubert, which is...
He can. But he's rusty at it, though.
Very. Too bad he can't fix that!
Ah!
That's horrible.
That was a really bad joke. So, zombies and gaming. I mean, we can't talk about that without bringing up the obvious first choice.
Left 4 Dead?
That's funny you went that way, because I went Call of Duty.
Really?
The Call of Duty zombie maps, bro.
Fair enough. See, as far as Call of Duty goes, I know Kaz does not like the Call of Duty franchise. However,
yeah,
he does like the zombie mode storyline.
Well, see, and ever since you had the split between Activision and Treyarch, you've always had your Black Ops ones, and you've had, like, your Modern Warfare ones.
Which I kind of hope... No, they did... that was with Infinity War or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I started losing track of the Call of Duties about Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2. After that, I really didn't follow it until this newer one came out.
Well, and the one thing that makes it kind of tricky is, I mean, obviously the Black Ops line is pretty easy to follow. You got Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4.
Until you add in the DLC.
And but what I mean is, like, the base games are easy to track. You have 1, 2, 3, 4.
And they're really easy to track if you follow the comics.
Fair. But then you get into, like, the Modern Warfare side, and you have, like, Modern Warfare 2, Infinity War, Modern Warfare, what's the one they had, like, all the exosuits and...
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Again, I quit following
it. Got ridiculous. And then you have the new one that's come out.
I don't think they're going to do zombies.
I don't think they will, because they've pretty much left that to Black Ops.
Which they should.
I don't know, though, because honestly, I think if you were to put a zombie map with the new one,
I think it'd be cool.
Current Modern Warfare,
I think it'd be cool, but
I think you could do it.
I don't think they should.
Yeah, you know. But yes, the zombie maps from Call of Duty. Left 4 Dead is another good one. I do like the Left 4 Dead series.
I mean, when I think zombie games, and I know I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure when you ask a gamer, what's your favorite zombie game? They're immediately, I believe, will go to Left 4 Dead.
Again, Left 4 Dead is one of those that it's a staple game. I mean, it's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And even to this day, without them having released a new version of it anytime soon.
Valve, get on that. Also, Portal 2, or Portal 3, that'd be great too.
But that's not a zombie game.
I don't care. That's just a message to Valve right now.
Besides, the cake's a lie. Why does it matter?
The cake is never a lie.
The cake was always a lie.
Not unless you make it yourself.
Because then you can have your cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Left 4 Dead is another good one. And then you have the ones that have come out now. Like you have, let's see, there's 7 Days to Die. What's the...
They have that new one, Days Gone, which I really like.
Dude, that one looks phenomenal.
I rented it because I wanted to check it out.
Yeah?
And I enjoyed it. As a biker, I'm not a huge fan of it. I get the concept that they're going for. However, I don't think you should buy it for that just that reason.
There's another one that I saw that I really, really want to get. Dying Light.
I actually like the first one. The second one, however, I'm not too sure. I've been watching trailers for it as they're releasing because I know it's not out yet.
I was gonna say I didn't even know there was a second one.
Yeah, they're working on a second one. However, it just, I don't know. I feel like what they're doing to it could crumble really fast because Dying Light, what it was your standard seek and help kind of thing. You do parkour around the map, you help survivors, so on and so forth. And there wasn't much to it. They wanted you to focus more on the story. I mean, they left you side missions and things like that to help level up your character and progress. But with this new one, it seems like they're going to add so much more. Like, oh, you've help liberate this settlement from the zombies. Now you got to have an upkeep for it. You've got to keep going back. You've got to make sure. And then also, I guess in the main hub area, you have to be sure that the settlers are happy. They have water. They have supplies all the time. And don't get me wrong, there's some games that works with.
Right.
I don't think it would work with this kind of style game.
Well, I think it will if they do it right. Because, and this is the part that got me about the game that I really thought was a really good mechanic. You have the normal just zombie survival type game, but they made it so that in the daytime, you have kind of the normal difficulty of just, there's zombies out, but you know, you're able to move around and maneuver. But then as soon as nighttime hits, you better be on top of your game or you better have a place to hide.
I played the first one and I will legit admit to you that I kind of quit playing on the first night because the story progresses that way. You're daytime for like a few missions and then all of a sudden you fall and you drop and you get knocked out until nighttime and you have to run to a safe house. That shit was scary.
It's like the old animal meme. Nighttime. Daytime. Nighttime. Daytime.
Pretty much.
Have a little bit of nighttime, daytime.
I did because they've got these vampiric looking zombies that are just nothing but muscle in it. Those things are scary as fuck.
Here's one for you. I found this one on Xbox, and I don't know what platforms it's on. I haven't really dug too much into it, but it's called How to Survive.
Never heard of it.
So, basic premise of the game is you're on a plane or something, and your plane goes down, and you happen upon this island.
Are you talking about the forest?
No. It's literally called How to Survive.
Legit, that's how the forest starts.
Okay, so the game starts and it's kind of a blacked out screen. You hear a radio transmission. It's somebody asking for help. Well, then your plane goes down and you find yourself on the beach of an island. You literally go around this beach and there's this guy, I believe his name's Kovac. And he's giving you little hints and tips and tricks on how to survive. Ha ha ha. How to survive. But as you start the game, you deal with just basic shambling zombies, and you find them in small groups, you find them in herds, you find them randomly spread out. But as you delve deeper into the island, and as you start to progress, you start to find more and more complicated zombies.
Yeah.
Like, you start to find ones that have armor. You start to find ones that are ridiculously huge, almost like your tanks from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
You start to find ones that are electrified zombies. You find ones that are kind of like your feral hunters. Like, it's a really good game, but you also have to craft things as you're walking around. You find blueprints for weapons, for armor, etc., etc. And then, when you finally get to the end, you have the stereotypical crap, you gotta hold out so we can get the escape vehicle ready, and you get swarmed with zombies. And you even start fighting zombie animals. Like, you have zombie deer, and a zombie bear, and zombie alligators. Yeah, that sucks.
That's what I liked about Days Gone, which is the motorcycle one.
Right, gotcha.
It had zombie bears, and that was hard.
Dude, they're scary.
There is a whole mission in that one where you're saving this little girl from a town, And once you get her to safety, which I think is fucking ridiculous, is that she's legitimately sitting there in the open. You've got to fight bandits, and then right after that, there's a zombie bear. Probably one of the easiest, scariest fights I have ever played in a newer generation zombie game.
Yep.
Because this bear is aggro friendly. Oh man, it doesn't take much to get aggro on him. However,
it's a zombie bear.
Yeah. However, right at the top of a gas station, right across the street from where this fight starts, is a sniper rifle with more than enough ammo to take pot shots at this thing and kill it. And he can't climb. You just sit up on top of the gas station and take pot shots.
Fair enough. Oh,
again, the most easiest yet scariest.
If we're talking zombie games, there's one that we have to mention.
And what's that?
Dead Rising.
It's been a while. I kind of got lost on the second one.
I will say there's only one of that series that I've played, and that's number 3, when you're trapped in the shopping mall.
They're all shopping malls.
Well,
they are,
I didn't
though.
know that. I'm just saying that's literally the only one that I've played.
And that's when, I think, if I could be wrong, because again, I quit playing after 2, but I think on number 3 is when the guy from the first game becomes the bad guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think.
I didn't get too far into it. Literally, I started playing it back when I was still PC gaming pretty heavy, and I didn't realize the first time I played through that you have the side mission where, like, your daughter needs her, like, insulin or some kind of medicine or something.
Second one too, yeah.
And you literally have to, as you're doing all these missions, make sure you keep your eyes out for medicine, because if you ever miss a medicine,
yeah,
she dies. And I'm like, why did nobody tell me this?
Yeah. Like in the second one, even it was the main character's daughter gets bit by a zombie, and they actually have a cure for the zombie outbreak.
Oh no.
And you have to constantly give her this cure.
Well, maybe it was the second one.
Was it a guy in a yellow motorcycle jacket?
Maybe, because the game started with you being in like the little death cage thing with the motorcycle.
That's
and
the
you
second one.
Okay, maybe it's the second one. See, it's been so long.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
See, that, like I said, I enjoyed the second one. The second one was fun, mainly because they had so much goofy things that you could do.
Oh, dude, all the goofiness. All the goofiness.
Oh, man.
Some of those weapons you created, you're like, why?
Yeah. Like, there's one you make it's a street cone with a blade inside and you just shove it on zombie's head.
Oh my gosh.
Splat, splat, splat.
I actually, because I was getting to the point where I just could not figure out a good weapon to run with, so I finally just looked up the wiki and started looking for different weapons to get, and I found the Queen Bee.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally made it my mission to make that weapon. And it was best choice I ever made. Because you could literally just walk into a group of them and just be pushing them back with a bat and then just watch as they all die.
Yeah. It was definitely one of those zombie games where it's like, all right, I want to play a zombie game, but I don't really want to do anything super tedious, and I want to have fun.
And I think they did a really good job of that, because if you wanted to, you could play it like one of those where it gets tedious, because you have all the side missions and the rescue missions and the go get this, go get that. Plus you got to save your daughter. Plus you got to do this. And it's like,
or you can
do that.
Focus if you want to just
or
hang out.
You can just do what you want.
Do what you want. But the only problem I had with that is that even if you could do what you want, there was still time limits because of the fact that you have to maintain her cure.
Yeah.
Which wasn't too bad, because I wouldn't mind playing around and, oh, here's a cure, go back and play around somewhere as I'm on your way back to your daughter to give her the cure.
Yeah.
No big deal. And if I can remember right, you were able to buy yourself enough time where you had hours.
You could, but you had to be very, very intentional about making sure that you were hunting for cure, that you always had some on hand. And it just, like you said, there were parts of it that just, you couldn't avoid it. It got tedious.
And that's okay.
That was my issue with 7 Days to Die. Because when you first start out, I mean, it's essentially like a zombie version of Minecraft.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. And
I played it for maybe 2 hours, and I was like, dude, this game is freaking just, ugh.
Kaz really wanted me to get into it, and our buddy Kyle did too. And I got it. It was one of the monthly free games for PlayStation 4. And it has crossplay, and they're like, "Yeah, come on, play with us, blah blah blah." And I just,
it's crossplay compatible?
Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe it was when I had my Xbox they wanted me to play. I don't remember. Anyway, either way, they wanted me to play. And I just could not get into it.
Here was my issue with it.
It felt like Rust with extra steps.
Kind of. But here was my problem with it. So I started, and I don't know if it's the same start for everybody, but I started right by this broken down 2-story house.
Oh, no, see, I didn't.
And I was like, sweet, I can start there. I can make a base off of it. I'm good to go. So I spent probably a good 30, 45 minutes gathering up supplies and everything to start creating a safe spot. And yeah, I had the zombies that would come and try to fight me, blah, 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 blah. What I didn't realize was that there's wildlife to fight too.
Mm-hmm.
And so here I am in the middle of 2 or 3 zombies, pushing them back, smacking them with my bat, whatever. And then I get mauled by a bear. And I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
Everything I had
again
is right there.
It's 7 Days to Die was legit. It was Rust with zombies.
I was not a fan.
It's exactly what I felt like it was. But even then, I couldn't get into it. And no, I did not start anything like that. I started on a mountain in the cold. And so I died damn near instantly.
Ouch.
So yeah, I couldn't get into it at all. Could not.
But you mentioned the very good one, man. Left 4 Dead.
Nobody
you can't knock Left 4 Dead.
No, not at all. It was a fun 4-player game. Even if you were playing it by yourself, I mean, you always had the computer running around with you. But
and here's what cracked me up, and I didn't realize this until I had played Left 4 Dead 2, and it had the extended version where you could go back and you could play the Left 4 Dead 1 maps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was, back when I was PC gaming, but I had played all of the Left 4 Dead 2 maps, and I got to that last map where you have the bridge that you got to lower down to get across for your escape, and you see the guys from Left 4 Dead 1, and they're posted up in the building. I didn't realize they actually put a hidden achievement in there where if you go back and you play that map from the Left 4 Dead 1 series, but you play as the old guy. Because what happens if you go back to play the first one, when you get to that map, one person has to stay behind to keep the bridge down.
Yeah.
If you play as the old guy and you stay back to hold the bridge down, there is a secret achievement for it. Which, if you don't know this, check this out. It's kind of cool. I applaud Valve for doing this.
I don't even know about it. This is news to me.
So you play that map, get to the end. If you're playing as the old guy, stay behind and keep the bridge down so everybody can escape. Obviously, you're the sacrifice. You're the guy. The secret achievement is because you played as the old guy. When you go back and play it in the second one, and you get to that part of the map, if you look around, you will actually find his body.
Huh.
Because he stayed behind to keep the bridge down.
Sounds like the lore-friendly part of the story is that he does stay behind. Or he's supposed to.
So, kudos to you, Valve. Nicely done.
It was always a fun game, because even if... Now, let's be honest, only like 75% of us actually finished a segment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've gotten through all the levels.
Yep.
But I've never finished an escape segment.
I have
one
a couple times.
I've escaped one, and that was the Left 4 Dead 2 after the mall, and you go get the was it the root beer? So you can continue on, and you get bombarded. You have to get, or it was actual beer. You had to take beer to the guy, put it in the little drop box in his door.
Oh, that one. Oh, I hated
and
that
the gun store alarm is just going off.
I hated that one.
I mean, I was able to do that one by myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did solo. All the ones I did solo.
But
oh my gosh.
The actual escape missions, I've never been able to complete.
The bridge escape sucks.
Yeah.
Really bad. I did finally beat it, but...
Well, I remember, like, even at the end of 2, when you're crossing the bridge, and you're trying to get to the military group that's at the end of the bridge.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated that, because it was the end of the game. That was the last escape mission. I hated it, because they sent, like, anytime I played it, they sent, like, 3 tanks after you, and it's...
Well, yeah, it's the escape.
It's like, fuck this shit.
It's the escape. You have to make it difficult.
That was ridiculous, and I've never beat it. I've never actually finished a Left 4 Dead game and seen, unless I watched. I mean, I've watched on YouTube.
Man, now you make me want to go get the game again.
Supposedly, they're supposed to make it with the new consoles.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's just rumor right now.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
But I think that's enough for today,
so.
man.
Also, since before we finish, we are thinking about changing the format. No more car, no more driving with Ginger. We're expanding for hopefully the better. Hopefully. We're gonna actually we're dropping the driving with Ginger segment eventually when we get everything set up.
I mean, we might still do it once in a while, but
I think it'd be fun.
we are thinking
On
of setting
days that
it
we are
up.
like, oh yeah, we can't meet up. Can we just drive today?
We're thinking of setting it up as more of a stationary place to shoot. Our boy Cass has been working on setting up a nice little sitting area for us.
Which hopefully we can use as a podcast area too.
Would be awesome. So let us know what you think. We're also in the middle of trying to figure out what we're going to call it.
Yep. So, leave us ideas down for titles. Yeah. Cool. Thanks. And, click on the eye here. We're going to put it right above his head if we can. To check out our older videos. But until next time. See you later. Bye!
Break me down into the pieces that you wanna make, just so you